Okay. I'm going to put Hot Wheel there so I know where the top of the screen is. As long as I'm below that, we're okay.
We are live.
Oh, we're live. Okay. Hi, everybody. I don't know do we have anybody? We probably don't have anybody yet. How's everybody doing this morning? We're doing something a little weird today. We're going a different way.
We are.
We are going a different way today.
Micah says hi. Joseph says hi.
Hi, friends.
Hope Mari says first.
Everybody wants to be first. It kind of cracks me up.
Hey, everybody.
Good morning.
So Donna had some thoughts and she wanted to do some journaling. So I thought, well, that saved me from drawing. I could not come up with the musician that I wanted to draw today.
He literally 20 minutes ago was like, I don't know what to do. Oh my God.
I don't know what to do. So Donna's like, well, I'll talk about journaling.
I could just do like a little impromptu. We'll call this Monday Madness is what we'll call this. We'll call this Monday Madness. So you guys had some questions last time. Some people thought that journaling was a little out of reach, or maybe the journals were too expensive or whatever. So I'm going to show you budget things you can use for journaling. And I'm going to show you how to start a journal. Okay. It's not hard. And it doesn't have to be expensive. So I brought a couple tools. This is obviously one of my fountain pens that I really like to write with, and I'll show you how I write with this one. This was a free pen from Etched. You don't need expensive tools. You can use a free pen. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This is a basic pencil. Ta-da! Basic pencil. Look, little point, everything. And then just this pen has 3 different colors in it. Look, you can write with red, blue, or black ink. It does not matter, okay? So we'll put these over there. And so
Sage says, I always try journaling, but I don't know what to even write.
I have some suggestions for that too. Bear with me, I've got some notes. Okay, so these are pieces of paper that are just scrap paper. I have a little stack of it. They're shipping labels. Whenever I have to ship anything to anybody, half of it is a sticky label, and the other half is like a receipt side. I keep all these. This is scrap paper and a binder clip. Look, you can write a journal with scrap paper, a binder clip, and a pencil. Look at this. What's today's date? Today's the 17th, right? So April 17th, 2023. You don't have to write the date if you don't want to write the date. You can write page 1. You can write whatever you want. Today is sunny.
Okay, I think I'm going to lock the because it keeps going out of focus.
Okay.
1 second.
I feel happy.
There we go.
You can do bullet points. You can do
Oh, the
smiley
waffle
faces.
sent you a gift and said,
Oh.
So I'm loving Monday Madness.
Sorry.
Thank you, Waffle.
Thank you. You're sweet. You can do anything you want. Let me show you. You can write with, like, here's the black ink.
Happy birthday, Kermit. It's their birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. You can do whatever you want. Now, the only thing that doesn't really work on, like, generic paper like this is the fountain pen, okay?
Battlebrook says good morning and that they recently bought a new pen display to do digital art more comfortably. It is amazing.
Oh, great. Happy Monday, Battlebrooks.
Cherry Cutie says, Donna, the way you organize and write is always so beautiful.
Ah, you're sweet. Thank you. Actually, it didn't work right too bad on there. It is bleeding through the paper. But look, it doesn't matter. You can write whatever you want. And this is just, look, this is simple. This is scrap paper and a binder clip, guys. Okay, seriously. You could staple the paper together, okay? It doesn't matter what you write with. It doesn't matter how you write. It just matters that you write, okay? This is a composition book that my boys had when they were in school. I cut out the paper. See, you can see the little things here. I cut out the paper, the sheets that they used for school. And look, you can write in something like this. It doesn't matter. Now, this paper is like super, super thin, so I wouldn't use my fountain pen in this. But look, a cheap notebook and a pencil. It does not have to be hard at all. It does not have to be difficult, okay? Left over from my kids. So there's no excuse, okay? Scrap paper, leftover notebook, okay? This is just a little, like a little pad. You just, it doesn't matter.
And for the record, everybody, I am reading all of the comments going by. I just don't, which is usual for the last 30 years. I can't get a word in edgewise. So just assume that I'm reading them and.
You're funny. Okay, so these are great. These are field notes. These are little tiny notebooks that you can stick in your pocket. Look, just little, and you're right. And these, you can probably see these a lot better than the dots in the other books I have. These are just little pluses. And the great part about these is you can do drawings in these. You can write in these. You can use these lines as guides, whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter. But these will fit in your pocket. You can stick these in a pocket and take it with you wherever you go. You can stick this one in a pocket and take it wherever you go too. Doesn't matter. Pencil. Look, basic pencil. Piece of cake. Not a big deal.
So I think what she's trying to say is no excuses. You can pretty much make your own.
You can.
Notebooks.
Exactly. You can make your own notebook and it doesn't matter. And everybody was asking me, like, a lot of people were asking for basic, like, how can I use cheap supplies to journal? This is as cheap as you're going to get. Scrap paper and a pencil. That's as cheap as you're going to get.
Happy birthday to Addison's cat, Mia.
Oh, I hope Mia's going to get some catnip or something good today.
Tracy is asking, what's the tea and scone menu for today?
Oh, we're doing plain scones because Scott likes to do cinnamon sugar on top. So I do plain scones and I like jam on mine. So we do a plain scone and then the tea of the day, which is, this is like, I don't even know what cup this is because I got up for the SpaceX launch, which ended up not happening. And I'm drinking the Harrods tea. This is like my, I don't know, third, fourth cup. I don't know, something like that. As long as we're talking about that. Okay, so let's move on to what to write in your journal. Let's do a set up your journal first, and then let's do a write in your journal, okay? So here's typically what I would do if I was going to set up a new notebook. And let's use, you know what, we'll just use this generic one because why not, right? So I like to put, I am not like Scott. I don't draw in the first pages of my notebooks.
It's me asking if you use some of my art supplies to do journaling.
No, I have all my own supplies. In the beginning, I did. In the beginning, I borrowed
steal stuff.
Some of his pens and things like that. But now I have my own pens. I have like my fountain pen, and I have my own set of colored pencils, which I use sometimes to draw lines and things like that. But I don't use those. I don't come down and like steal his art
with J. Dodd says, Donna, is that a fountain pen on the top right? I don't write or journal, but I need that pen.
Yes, this is a fountain pen. Yep.
Where did you get it?
Goulet pens. This is a TWSBI. I don't know if you can read this. It's a TWSBI, TWSBI, TWSBI Echo T.
Why don't you write with your wonderful handwriting what it is and where you got it?
Okay. This pen, which I really like because you can see the color of ink that's in it.
It's kind of like a starter fountain
yes,
pen.
This is yes. TWI.
Fisher Price, my first fountain pen.
No, TWSBI. TWSBI Echo T. And it is the T is triangular. I don't know if you can see the top. It's a little bit angular on there, so you can grip this and turn it to fill it with the ink. I just like it because you can see the ink inside the barrel. I think that's really cool. And I try a lot of different inks with this pen. And I bought it on Lay.
Flurp sent you a gift and says, I enjoy consuming paper, so this is very helpful.
I enjoy consuming paper. This is the fountain pen that I got. This pen was like, I want to say it was $29, $32, something like that. Sometimes if you buy ink, it's more expensive to buy the ink. What I do like to do is I like samples of ink. Samples of ink come a lot smaller. They come in these little vials, and you can get like 1 ounce of ink, and you can try the different colors of ink.
Leofo asks, what do you recommend do you write on the first page? I also don't like starting on the first page.
Yeah, no, I'm going to show you. Let me show you what I was going to do. Let me show you. That's a good idea to write on the paper. I like that. This is what I like to put on the first page. I like to put a quote that I find. This is a quote that I put in my travel journal. And
do you use the same quote over and over again?
I use this same quote because I really love it. I mean, keep a notebook, travel with it, eat with it, sleep with it, slap into it every stray thought that flutters up into your brain. Cheap paper is less perishable than gray matter, and lead pencil markings endure longer than memory. I love it. It's a beautiful quote.
So what you do is you print it out.
I print it out, and I cut it to fit usually print it smaller because my travel journals are a lot smaller. And I put it, I don't have my travel, the big one in here. I don't have the travel journal, but that's okay. But I do. I print it smaller, and I cut it, and I paste it inside the cover.
So find an inspirational quote, print it out, and, or you can always write it.
You could write it, exactly. You could write it, you could paste it in with Scotch tape. You could use a glue stick. This is a glue stick that smells really, really, really good. I got this, it's also acid free. So you can paste like pictures and tickets and things like that in whatever you want to do with that. So, but you could paste it on the front page. You could write it in your own handwriting. You could do whatever you want. It's totally fine. It's
okay,
no big deal.
This one's a fun one. Charm Apple YT asks, Donna, what's the most memorable thing that someone told you?
Most memorable thing that someone told me. Like a story that they told me? My God, I have to think about that one. It's the most memorable thing that someone told me. Gosh, I'm stumped on that one. I know the most memorable things that
I know what it is.
What?
Donna, come sit next to me.
Oh, wow. Yes, that would be a little bit more.
Donna's blushing right now.
Oh my God. Yeah. So, okay, sure.
Blick Art Materials is here. They said, good morning, everyone.
Hey, Blick.
We never knew why people say they ate paste until we smelled cocoina.
Oh, I know. It's almond fragrance. You guys, if you had smell-o-vision, okay, this stuff, it smells like that oatmeal and almond soap that we have in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It smells so good.
Don't eat the paste.
But you don't eat it. I mean, you don't eat it. You glue it. So, but yeah, Blake, you are so spot on. Look, it even says almond fragrance. It's so cute. Anyways, so you can use a glue stick. You can use Scotch tape. Where's the Scotch tape? You can use, here it is. Look, you can use Scotch tape. You can take this and just Scotch tape something in, or you can write it in. This is not, hi, Mr. Clock. This is not rocket science. It's just like a leftover notebook, leftover paper, a quote you like, something to get you started.
All right, Trish Harden Art asks, would Donna say her journals are more traditional journals or junk journals or art journals?
They're definitely not art journals. I have several journals that I use for different things. So I have a journal that I write in. The journal that I write in, I start with this quote every time. And it says, a wish to record the passing events of my life, which even if quite unimportant to others, naturally possess a great interest to myself, and of which it will be pleasant to have some remembrance, has induced me to commence this journal. And so this is actually the size that I use. And I take this and I cut this out and I paste it in the front. Well, here's the size of the journal that I use. I use an Archer and Olive, and I open up the front cover and I cut it and I paste it. Here, I'll show you. This is what I usually do. Because it's so scientific, you guys. This is exactly what I do. Because I'm kind of weird this way. I actually like to have the edge torn a little bit. So I just crease it, and then look. Go like this, and I just crease it like that. I'm not going to do all the edges because it's going to take too much. Like I don't have anything but time, but still. And look, I would grab the, obviously I would cut there and there, and glue stick, guys, glue stick, Scotch tape, doesn't matter. Sometimes I take a little bit of washi tape, colorful washi tape, and I put it around the edges, and then I just write the date that it started, or I use my big date stamp, and I write that it belongs to me. Sometimes I'll put a sticker here. Sometimes I will use another quote. I really like this quote because I think this is, I know Scott will like this quote too. At the end of this day, the world will either be a more or less kind, compassionate, and loving place because of your presence, your move. And it's true, right? So I will take this quote and I will usually paste it. I mean, obviously I'm going to cut it better than this, and I'll paste that here. So I've got why I'm starting the journal. I've got my quote here, and then I'm going to paste these in, and then you turn the front page and you start writing.
That's
and again,
really cool.
I like to date it, and I like to just start in writing. This journal is kind of cool because it has different kinds of paper. It's a Neapolitan journal, so it has white paper, it has black paper, which is very hard to write in, and it has craft paper, which is my favorite. But that's it, guys. That's it. There's it, and it doesn't matter if you're using an expensive journal or a pad of paper. You do the same thing no matter what it is. And you don't even have to write, you don't have to write your feelings. You don't have to write anything else. Here's another little thing that I like to use because, I love my tea. So there's another little piece of art that I like to pop in my journal sometimes. And you can find these online. This is where it's where I found the quote. It's where I found everything. You can Google stuff and print it out. Doesn't matter. You can cut it out of a magazine if you want. Does not matter. Whatever works for you, right? So this didn't.
Mebry is asking, why does your bracelet say "flip me"?
Oh, okay. So, whoops. I think I kicked the camera there.
You did.
I did. Sorry. Okay. So, I've been having some issues lately with anxiety and getting upset. And a long, long time ago, I bought these for my boys and myself as a reminder to be mindful all day long of not doing something or doing something. So I wear this all day. And when I have a good day and I find that I don't get upset or I don't have a panic attack or an episode, I get to flip it over. And there's a little check mark on the other side. Look, I had a good day today, and it's green. I know it's a dorky little thing, but it's been helping me. I've only been wearing it for a couple days. I think I put it on Saturday.
And she's been able to flip it every single day, so I'm very proud of her.
Oh, thank you, honey. Anxiety's been really hard for me, and I think lately, and so I'm trying to get a handle on it, and I'm actually going to be doing some videos on my anxiety and my mental health journaling stuff. So I'm going to start putting those out this week. And I was talking to some of my friends this weekend, and they thought that it would be a good idea. And I think maybe if we talk about it, and I'm not an expert.
Waffle sent another gift and says, why are you the nicest people on YouTube? And also, do you think you will remember, or it's better to do a writing journal or to do a drawing journal? Well, I would say drawing journal, and Donna would say writing journal. But honestly, my drawing journal is both.
Because yeah, it is. You write in it too.
Yeah, I think you need to add context to it. So I think always write. If you have the ability to draw, do it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, do you have your any of the Venice ones that you can show them so they can see all of the stuff that you paste into it?
You know what? I just started it. I haven't pasted it in yet, but I could.
For the Carmel one, or
No, the Carmel one's upstairs. I can show them
look
the.
at it if it's better.
No. I've got a
Do
couple.
you have at least a couple pages?
Yeah, I've got a
Oh,
couple
okay,
pages already started in this one.
So this is what Donna does.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't draw. So
Yeah, I don't draw,
this
but
was a you got this in Venice.
I
right?
did. I got this journal in Venice. I bought it while we were there, and I think I've decided that my other travel journals, if I'm traveling stateside, like here in the U.S., I'm just going to use the other journals. But if I go somewhere really unique and I find something I love, like this book, this is like a leather book, and it's just beautiful. I mean, it's gorgeous, and it was made in Italy. And anyway, stamped. This is the winged lion is the symbol for Venice. And I just thought, you know what? I'll buy this and I'll put. I wrote on our trip. I wrote 40 pages worth in this notebook. There's no way I'm transferring 40 pages of writing into this notebook. So what I'll be doing is I'll be saving them together. Like I'll just be wrapping this strap around both of them and saving the writing portion with this portion. But this piece. I'm going to make little notes in, but this is going to be where I paste all my things. So this was the urban sketching workshop that we did, and I have little papers that I put there. And then this was our itinerary. And see, I have little washi tape that I put in. And look, guys, I pasted it. Look. I mean, I just used glue stick and stuck this down and a little washi tape here to make it look cute. Little piece of washi tape here, and tape here. I am not artistic, okay? But that's it. And so I pasted our itinerary for the week, and you can see it's all kind of like beat up and everything because it was in our pockets and stuff. So it's really kind of cool. And then this was us on the plane. And I'm going to write some little notes in here, little luggage tag. This was the little bag we got with, you know, they give you a little bag. And guys, I pasted these in. And put a little bit of washi tape on it, right? This is not like I said, I will be writing in there. This was when we were in the airport and we bought some euros. I pasted this down, glue stick, right? Washi tape. This is, and I'll write some things over here. This is not, I mean, this is just a receipt that I kept.
Blick says the embossment on that cover is so gorgeous.
Isn't it? Yeah. It's just beautiful. That's why I bought it. I was like, this is the quintessential
we were walking
Venice.
Down. We were just walking because that's the thing you do in Venice.
Oh,
you just walk, and there's just little hidden shops, and we found a stationery store, and they made they made everything there, and it was.
Oh, it's just beautiful. It was just beautiful. Yeah, poor Bethany. Scott waited outside. And Bethany just followed me around the store from spot to spot to spot to spot. And I was like, I'm sorry I'm taking so long. I'm sorry I'm taking so long. And she looked at me and she's like, it's fine. Yeah. Enjoy it.
That's
and
why we're here.
Exactly. And then she freaked out when we went to the store that had watercolor pigments. And she was in there for the longest time looking at the pigments. And she's like, I'm sorry I'm taking so long. And it was so funny. We had the best time. That was great. And then look, this is a map of Venice and where we went, and I circled some things where we went. This here, I don't know if you can see this little thing here. The oldest house on the Grand Canal, the Ca di Mosto, 13th century Venetian Byzantine style. 13th century, people. 13th. 13th
we took
century.
Pictures of it, which I'm sure you'll paste.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is you'll notice, so I'm going to paste the map in here. The other thing you'll notice too is this is my little photo printer. And I print out, I printed out, was us on the airplane. And there's just, so throughout putting the things in here, oh, and here's another one here. This was us getting there. These were our Vaporetto tickets to go from the airport to
so now here's the other thing I want
I'll just put pictures
to make sure you guys understand is we did this in October.
End of September, beginning of October.
Yeah. No, we did this in October, and Donna still hasn't
I haven't pasted everything in yet.
She journaled while she was there.
I did. That was
this. That was the writing, but the creative stuff and the pasting and taking all of the souvenirs.
Yep.
She's just doing. She comes down on weekends and we sit and we work
journal.
on our journals.
We put our stuff together.
You don't have to do everything right there.
You don't.
Just experience. Be in the moment.
Yep.
Experience it.
Yeah.
And for
but
me,
make sure you write it down.
Yeah.
Make sure you write down what you're seeing.
Well, I'm the opposite. For me, I'll sit and I'll do a sketch,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how I experience it. And then later I will write it down. But
Mm-hmm.
I'll always have to go to Dawn and go, what day did we do this? And when did we do that? And
Yeah.
then she checks her journals. So we kind
I
of
do.
tag
Yeah.
team.
Okay, so I know there's going to be people who are saying, "Gosh, I don't go any place like that. I don't go anywhere like that. I don't do anything like that." And here's what I'm going to tell you. Okay, so maybe you don't go there, but this was Stanley at the zoo. Do you go to your local zoo? Do you go to your local museum? Do you visit local monuments in your area? Do you go to a beautiful
That's
park?
Paris, Tennessee.
Exactly. This isn't Paris, Paris.
Oh,
This
you
is
can grab
Paris,
my
Tennessee.
sketchbook right there, and there's a sketch of Paris,
Oh,
Tennessee.
that's right. Okay, so I put this in my book, a picture of us in Paris, Tennessee. So let's see, where is Paris, Tennessee? We'll look for Paris, Tennessee. Paris, Tennessee is after the red pandas. Ah, look, here
and
it is.
I haven't written down
Nope.
what it is because I'll go to Don and
See?
go, what did we do? What were we doing?
What day? And he'll say, "What day was it?"
Yeah.
And what were we doing? And our
then
visit
the week
with Santa.
after Santa came over.
Yeah. I mean, guys, seriously, yeah, look. I didn't leave the house. We didn't leave the house, and yet here it is in a sketchbook.
You don't even have to leave the house to journal.
You don't. You don't have to leave the house.
You could be talking about your feelings. You could be talking about what's going on in your life, the things
Yeah.
that are going on in the world.
You could talk about goals that you want to do. You could talk about
Oh, Waffle, thank you again.
Let me move.
Waffle sent another gift.
Oh my
And
gosh,
thank you for answering
why?
my dumb questions. 100% true. You
do-
guys are awesome.
You do not have dumb questions. There's no question that's a dumb question. Stop it. Okay, so this is going to be hard to read because, anyway, it didn't print out right. But
Pretty well. Oh, the left side, yeah.
yeah, it cut him off. I don't know what happened there. What do you want to accomplish most in your life? What is one of your earliest memories? Did you enjoy school and why? How would you describe yourself? What's the scariest thing you've ever done? What are your greatest strengths? Describe your perfect morning. What are 3 things you value the most? What are your favorite hobbies? What makes you feel calm? This one, let's just circle this one. This one is something that you need to write about if you have anxiety. Because, I will tell you why. Because that is something that helps me.
Well, I think first you have to find out what makes you calm. Because for a lot of people, they don't even know.
That's true. That's true. And it's hard to know what makes you feel calm, but when you do something, the important part is that you, say you're in the middle of, you're having a panic attack or you're feeling anxious about something or you're out somewhere and you're feeling anxious, give yourself a minute. Go someplace calm, walk away from the situation, even if it's 10 feet away, right? And go somewhere, go away from that and close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths and just say, I'm okay. Why am I feeling this way? And what would make me feel calm in this situation? Yeah. And then you'll be able to take your generic piece of paper, right? And write down what makes you feel calm. You can start a new page, and ask yourself the question. Because I think that's important. If you sit down and you write it, what makes me feel calm? Let's see. T, heading Arwen, walking, cookies.
Speaking of which, Santa's here.
I was just
Santa
gonna
literally
say.
just said, cookies make me feel calm, especially a warm, chewy gingerbread.
I mean,
Hi, Santa.
morning, Santa.
You two are always on the same page, you and Donna.
Santa loves me. But I mean, give yourself some questions. What makes me feel calm today? And look, guys, I'm telling you, piece of paper, right? It could be pencil. It doesn't have to be. What makes me feel calm? You can journal about anything. You can take these pieces of paper and you can go to the park and you can draw a leaf, right? You can draw a leaf. You can draw a caterpillar. You can, like, look. Okay, now you're going to see how terrible of an artist Donna is, right? Okay, this is really bad. It doesn't look anything like a leaf. Okay, doesn't look anything like a leaf, but here you are, right? Okay. And here's a little stem on the leaf, and here's some little veins on the leaf. Now you know why I am not the artist of the family. Right? Does it matter? Nope, doesn't matter.
Beautiful.
Thank you, honey. I get a little happy face and a little gold star. It doesn't matter. You can write, the leaves are falling. Okay? It doesn't matter. You can write the sun is shining. I am content. You can write mantras. You can write whatever you want to write. This is not difficult. This is something that you do for you.
There's nothing so satisfying as finishing a journal, finishing something, and then you close the book and you put it on a shelf. You grab a new one. I like that.
You like that. My journals are considerably longer. They are 160 to 192 pages.
It's shorter journals.
No, not the writing journals. The writing journals, when I finish a writing journal and I look back and I see 160 pages filled in of my thoughts, I breathe easy. I go, oh, that's all the stress that I put down in here, all the thoughts that I put down in here. I don't have to carry them around with me anymore. I can go, done. Let's start something new.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I feel like I can put that aside and I don't have to think about it anymore. I don't have to think about all those messy thoughts that were in my head, and that's okay, Yeah. All right. So here's another thing. If you don't know what you want to do, make a list. Make a list of books that you want to read. Make a list of your favorite books. Notes about characters in the books that you like. Make a list of your favorite magazines. Make a list of journaling prompts. There are, if you Google journal prompts, you will get 400 million lists of journal prompts.
I'm going to read you some comments. So,
okay.
The Peaceful Otter says, hi, I've been watching your channel for a while now. As soon as I saw you streaming, I got out my bullet journal. Thanks for being so inspiring. P-Pod Dino says, I love that journal cover. Where's it from?
Which one? This one? This one? That one?
Yeah, probably.
This is an Archer and Olive. And here it is. archerandolive.com.
Lou Knoll says, hey, Donna, I love your work. You've got me into journaling, and it has been the biggest help.
Oh, I'm so glad. That makes me happy. Oh, that makes me so happy on a Monday.
Letter Lady Z says, my journals are almost 200 pages, and it's always so satisfying to finish a volume and go to the next one.
Yep.
I have anxiety and ADHD, and I fill in a journal every 3 months or so.
That's exactly how long it takes me to fill in a journal, about every 3 months. Yeah, I completely... There's just something so satisfying about closing the lid and putting the little strap on for me, and I can put this in the pile and go, oh,
Blick says,
done.
If you're sketching in public, no matter what you're wearing, if you have a beautiful sketchbook and a nice fountain pen, you feel well dressed.
It's true. Absolutely. This book was given to me by a dear friend, and I can't wait to open up this one and use it. It's gorgeous. I mean, look at this. I'm still debating how I'm going to use this.
Do you fawn all over it?
I do. I fawn all over it.
Because they're a dear friend.
Oh, wow. That was a dad joke and a half on a Monday, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. We're going to switch teacups now because now Scott's like, I need more tea to deal with him this morning. So we're going to do that. Oh, I've got a sticker that I'm going to show you that I think Santa might get a kick out of, which was another... Look at this. If you have the power to make someone happy, do it. The world needs more of that.
I love that.
Yeah, isn't that great? I love that too.
Ava O'Connor says, "Hi Donna, I just got off school, and I love
Hey.
how inspirational you are, and you are my inspiration to start journaling. Thanks so much."
Oh, I'm so glad. I really, really do think it helps. I know it helps me. And I think,
Driftin Style says, "Donna's voice is so assuring and calming. From Scotland, love from Scotland. Your channel has really pushed my art love."
yay, that's awesome. I love that. Um, yeah, I love that. That's awesome. You guys, I'm glad that you're feeling comfortable starting to journal and do things. It doesn't have to be intimidating. It really doesn't.
Trish Harden Art says, "My 8-year-old has an anxiety journal that his therapist recommended for him with the same sentiment. Write it down, and then you can set the worry aside."
Yeah. You know what? That's been the best thing. I really think you just sort of, that's why I have my pen that's upstairs. The ink is called Writer's Blood. And also I got that on Goulet pens. But I feel like I know it's going to sound gross, but I feel like I'm bleeding all of the bad stuff onto the paper. And it doesn't stay with me. It goes onto the paper and I'm getting it out. And I think that's been the most helpful thing for me, honestly, is to just get it out.
It's funny how our journals are different. Like, I try to capture all of the good stuff in my journals, and you put all the bad stuff in yours.
Well, that's not true.
No, you have two different journals.
I do.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you're like, I take all the bad stuff and I put it in here, and it makes me happy. And I go, I take all the good stuff I see and I put it in here, and it makes me happy.
Well, but my journal, like you said, I have different journals. Like, this journal makes me infinitely happy because here I am. I'm remembering fun things. I'm remembering fun times. My travel journals do that for me.
All right. Temples Forever says, "Good morning, everyone. How do you stay motivated to finish a journal? With my anxiety and ADHD, I find it really, really difficult to make myself journal consistently and finish a journal."
I had that problem for a really, really, really long time. Let me show you. I'm going to write while I show you this. Let's move this out of the way. I will show you how I do this. So every day I have a little, I did what was like, people said if it's easier to have a routine to do something, right? You guys seem to like that I write with my fountain pen, so I'll do this. Okay. So I have a morning routine, which is going to sound stupid and boring to some of you, but this is what I do in the morning when I get up. Okay. I get dressed and I let Arwen out, and I literally have a Post-it in my calendar. Okay. That I do this every morning. Let Arwen out, make tea. I empty the dishwasher.
I can't believe make tea wasn't number one, but okay.
I have to get dressed before I can go downstairs and make the tea.
Not usually.
Okay, well, that depends on the day. If I'm getting up at 6:30 in the morning to watch the SpaceX launch with my son that actually never happened, yes, I go downstairs barefoot in my pajamas and put the kettle on because it's 6:30 in the morning.
LZU says, "You two have the most calming voices. I personally love journaling. I finished my journal a week ago, and it brings back so many beautiful memories."
Yay! Okay.
And then Cherry Cutie says, "I've always been scared to start journaling, but honestly, you helped me start. Truly inspiring."
Oh, I'm glad. You know what? I really do think it helps. Okay, so here's the morning routine, right? Get dressed, let Arwen out, make the tea, empty the dishwasher, and sit on the deck with Arwen. I literally go and I sit there. I try to do a meditation moment. This is when I do like a little they call it mindfulness, right? And I just do like a little deep breathing, you know? And I set my Apple Watch. There's a little like a mindfulness setting on my Apple Watch. And you just breathe for a minute. And it really helps, you know? And then in the evening, right? Evening routine. I know it's going to sound silly. Write it on a Post-it.
I did Kurt Cobain on a 45 already. He was one of my first Music Mondays.
Yeah, you did. Dinner, dishes, journal.
Neppy says, "I actually write little things in a mini journal while I'm at work, but my bosses yell at me for doing so. But I honestly have to in order to keep my sanity with customers."
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having like,
You have stupid bosses.
yeah, you have stupid bosses, and there's
First of all,
nothing.
don't ever let anybody yell at you.
No, there's no reason for anybody to yell at you.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have like take a tiny notebook and just stick it in your pocket. What the heck do they care? If you're not yelling at your customers and you're able to jot down your frustrations and jot down your notes and whatever in between calls or customers,
I don't know if you'll be able to answer
mean-
this, but the Joyful Genius says, I find it hard to write because dyslexia. Do you have a way to consistently write?
you know what? I don't know how to answer that. I'm sure there are people. Maybe there's somebody here who knows. I don't deal with that, so
Yeah, if anybody
I
has
don't
dyslexia
know.
and can help the Joyful Genius,
Yeah,
that
I don't.
would be really.
I wish I could answer that for you, but I don't. I don't know. But I will tell you that maybe instead of a writing journal, maybe yours is a voice journal.
Yeah.
Maybe you do voice memos on your phone. You know,
And
you
could
can
maybe
do.
voice to text too.
Yeah.
Print 'em out.
You can do voice to text in your notes on your phone.
That's a good one.
And
Santa
that-
Claus says journaling is truly our personal histories, and these books will be cherished family treasures.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
going back to the dyslexia thing, you know, you can do video journals, you can do voice journals, but yeah, if you can, there's so many ways that you can. I'm sure there's an app that can translate it to text.
Oh, there's
And-
so many apps.
Yeah.
You can even just use the Notes app on your phone and hit the voice memo.
Yeah, yeah.
And it will just automatically go into your notes, or if you have an Apple, if you have an iPhone, or I'm sure Android has a voice to notes kind of option that you can use. But the most important thing for me was putting it on a schedule. This is on a Post-it in my calendar that sits on my desk. And every day, what I've done is, I'll show you, like, this is what my calendar typically looks like for the week, okay? So you got, like, here we go, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So on every day, I have a little key over on the side. Can you still see this?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a key on the side. I use walk, and then I do another box for vitamins. Okay. We're getting a little in-depth into Donna's thing here, but this is my read or craft. Okay. And this little dot is journal. Okay. And on every single day, I do this at the top of every day. I put these little prompts, okay, on every day. So I will put this. Then when I get to the end of the day, did I walk today? Check. Did I take my vitamins? Check. Did I read or do some kind of craft today? Check. And did I journal? Check. And I do this every single day. You will go, if you look at my calendar, I will have check marks for every single day. And if I missed a day, like if it was raining and I didn't walk, okay, well, I took my vitamins and I journaled. I didn't craft and I didn't walk. That's okay. But this helped me be able to Mr. Clock.
Thank you, Mr. Clock.
He's Mr.
Animation
Clock is
Studio
nice.
says, "Oh my God, I'm going to start doing this right now. What a good idea."
This is a habit tracker. That's what this is called. You know, and you can use a stencil, you can use it on your calendar, you can put it on a piece of paper that you print out. You know, that you can print out a calendar of the month.
My habit tracker would be like candy,
Yes.
procrastination,
Correct.
gaming,
Yes.
pacing.
Pacing. Oh God. Yeah. Boy, would you check that box every day? So, but guys,
Gail sent you a very nice gift and says, Donna,
oh.
do you save your stickers for your travel journals, or do you like to use them in all of your journals?
I use stickers in all of my journals. But now
But
that
that
being
gives her an excuse to collect more stickers.
I do. But like sometimes I don't have room in the journal for a sticker. But a lot of times I will try to put stickers in my journals. And look, even if you're using a pad of paper or something like this, you can put like washi tape across the bottom. You can put a sticker in the corner. You can put whatever you feel like. When I travel, these pictures I print out are stickers, and I just paste. I peel off the back and I paste these in, and this is what they look like on the back. That's what they look like, Canon photo paper, and you just peel the edges and paste it in, and then make your own stickers. When I have things like tickets or things like that, then I use the glue stick. Paste. I mean, this is not rocket science, guys. Or Scotch tape. Not rocket science. I also have, let me show you. I have this little, there's some washi tape over here. I forgot. Oh, here's a good one. I like this one. Here, I'll show you.
Oh, and I got this one too.
Stop
and
it.
this one.
I forgot that we're down here working on our travel journals.
Frisco sent you a nice gift too.
Oh my God, you guys. Not necessary, but thank you. This is a tape runner. And what you do with this is, let me show you. Actually, I'll show you. I can, look. Let's
Jennifer Robinson says, is calligraphy anything you work on while journaling?
No. If you want to work on calligraphy, do not do it while you're journaling. Work on calligraphy separately from journaling. I have a notebook. It's actually Bien Fang.
Temples Forever is asking what your photo printer is called.
This is my photo printer. This is a photo printer. And that's what it is. It was not cheap. It was like $99 or $89 or something like that. And the paper is not cheap. But and it's super easy, but that's where the paper goes. And you can charge it. It's a little charging port, and it pairs with your phone, and you just print out pictures. That's what it is. This is, you can take something as easy as this. Look. This is like easy peasy, right? Watch. This is what you're going to do. Okay? Tape runner. This is a tape runner, right? Basically, you run it along the edge of the paper.
Is it what, two-sided tape?
It's two-sided tape.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neato. Look at that. Right? I paste it right there. Oh, I don't like the edges. They look kind of funny, right? But am I going to use it as a travel journal or a writing journal? Well, we're going to call this a writing journal. So what I'm going to do is, see how this is like, this tape has like little handwriting on it? We're going to cut some little edges. Cut some little edges. And cut some little edges. Okay, please tell me that that's difficult, okay? I mean, it's not. If you don't want to see any edging on it, go like this. Look, now I have a whole thing where I can edge a whole piece all the time. And then I can write at the top, look, today is April 17th. I know I always put a date on it, but I love to date things, I know what I was feeling on that particular date. I know how what I did on that date, what kind of things make me happy. I had a good day. I had a great cup of coffee. I had a nice cup of tea. I had whatever. This is a cute one for traveling. And just for the record, these two tapes, this tape and this tape, I got at Michael's. They were maybe $2. Not expensive. And look, Voila, little globes. Look, I'm traveling. It's a globe. Big, I mean, and this looks like little airmail envelopes, right? Also, Michael's. Not,
Waffle sent one last
oh my gosh.
and said, last one I swear. About dyslexia. If it's paper, watercolor. If it's ink, use gel pens. Or go on notes, use the voice filter, write it, screenshot print.
Oh, that's a great idea. If you screenshot print it, you could paste it into a book. If you do a screenshot print, you could just paste it right in and that's easy peasy. Look, paste.
And you might even be able to change the font to make it look a little more like handwriting.
Yep. That's what I did with this one. I changed the font on this.
Yeah.
You can change the font in anything you want. You can paste in anything you want. And poof, done. And now, text to voice, print it out, paste it in, and look, you have a whole book of your thoughts pasted in. And it doesn't even have to be a book. It could be a stack of paper,
Okay, so
the binder clip.
just something I just want to point out.
Yes.
So Donna's journals about 120 pages.
No, 160 pages.
160 pages.
Correct.
How many pages do you write in a day?
I write, it depends on the day, anywhere between one full page, and the most I've written on a day was, I think, 4 or 5 pages.
Let's give you the benefit of the doubt, and we'll say you do 2 pages a day on average, which is a lot.
No, I do 1 page a day on average.
Okay. So 160 days.
It's 4 months.
And you have about 35 journals.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I am
Not filled.
I'm
talking about empty journals waiting to be used.
You need to stop talking.
You're good until the year 2055, I think.
2055. Excuse me. How many notebooks do you? Let's go there. Shall we, Mr. Be Creative? How many of these do we have sitting in a drawer?
I bought them because the company's going to go out
I
of
bought them
business.
because the company and the things I bought them and I have a reason. Oh my God, you're funny. But anyway, I've used 8 of them to date. I am on my 8th journal. So, but anyway, really, guys, this is kind of what I wanted to show you was that this is just, look, a pencil, a pen that was given to me, a stack of paper. It doesn't even have to be a notebook that a friend gave me, right? It doesn't have to be rocket science, it doesn't have to be. It can be something super, super, super easy, like just a stack of leftover paper and a pen. That's it. Or a pencil. So, I mean, I hope that maybe, and on the thing about writing every day and being consistent, this is the best thing that helped me was creating a routine every night. And it takes effort. Anything that you want to do in this life is going to take effort. You want to work out, it's effort. You want to, eat better, it's effort. You want to read books, you have to find books that you want to read, right? So if you want to make if you want to keep a consistent journal practice, fit it in with something else that you're doing. Tag it onto the end of something else you're doing. I know that when I get up or when I finish dinner at night, Scott's going to go downstairs. Most of the time he plays a video game with our son. So we've got dinner time that we do, we've got dish time, and we've got journal time. So I know when I'm done with the dishes, I'm going to go journal.
J. Robert Deans asks, Donna, do you ever write fiction? For example, did you help write Animal Crackers or do you only write in your journals?
I wrote a book with Scott called Teddy Bear Dreams. I have another couple of books that are on my laptop that I've written. One of them is nonfiction. One of them is another children's book that I haven't told Scott that I started writing.
Yeah, I'm just finding out about that.
And welcome to my world. And but I don't know that I helped write Animal Crackers, but he would bounce ideas off of me, and we've always done that with each other. So he never uses my ideas ever.
Carl Me Dude sent a nice gift.
Oh gosh, you
Carl
guys!
Said, hey, continue being your nice and humble self, and thank you for giving me inspiration for art. Well, thank you, Carl Me Dude.
You're so sweet.
That was very nice of
That was
you.
very sweet. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being here with us today. And yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. Do you have any more questions?
No. Well, there. Yeah. I'll ask some more questions. Let's see.
Because I could.
Uh, Elixir says, "Thanks for the good morning vibes. I wasn't feeling
Oh,
good when I woke up this morning, but I feel
oh,
better watching this now."
I'm so glad.
Lisa says, "What's your favorite way of writing down notes for studying purposes? I'd love to self-study literature, but I don't know how to do that, so I'm just looking for inspiration. Lots of love from the Netherlands."
Oh, literature, studying literature is my favorite thing to do in my old age. And the best way that I find to do that is I like to, I have a, where is it? I would get a little notebook like this, like a little thin one, like just look stapled together, guys. Not rocket science, right? You could even use this kind of paper, doesn't matter. Um, and I like to write the title of the book that I'm writing. Or you could use a book journal. You could use just a normal piece of paper. You could use a journal like this. But I like to use sticky notes in my books. And so I will just grab a pad of sticky. um, I'll just grab a pad of sticky notes. And if there's something on a chapter that I like, I will do this, and I like to underline it. I know a lot of people don't want to write in their books. You could use a pencil, and that way if you want to go back through and erase it, you can. Or you can write on the Post-its. If you get Post-its that they have actually Post-its that are transparent, and you can write notes on the Post-its and you can post those in your book. But for things I really want to remember, quotes from the book I want to remember, I write those in a separate notebook or on a separate piece of paper. And actually, it's kind of cool if there are, a good thing to do would be to like take a piece of paper, and if it's an 8.5 by 11, and fold it in half. And you can write notes on that, and then you can just stick it in your book. That way you can keep the notes with your book if you want to go back and refer to that. But my favorite way to do it is to tab the book. And I do write, like I'll put like if there's something in the book that I really want to remember on a certain line or something, I'll put a tab on it and I'll put an arrow. Like this is
Emma
important.
Loves Hamster says or asks, "Do you have a favorite type or brand of journal? I personally like paperage journals. They have a lot
Oh,
of color options."
I've never heard of them. Paper Ridge. Spell it.
Paper Age.
Oh, Paper Age. Paper Age. No, I've never heard of them before. Interesting. Yes, I do have a favorite brand of journal. It is this one. This is an Archer and Olive journal. And there's a lot of stuff over here. Hang on a second. Move that out of the way. Move that out of the way. Good.
Grandma's
Crazy.
asking, "May we please have a tour of one of your journals if you're comfortable with it? I would love to see what you've done so far. It looks great. I'm sorry if you've already given a tour."
I did a tour of all of my journals in the last live that I did, and it is up on my YouTube channel. So you can see all the different journals that I have. I have, basically I've done, what do I have right now? I have a tea journal. Okay, hold on. Let's write this down. Oh my goodness gracious. What do I have that I'm using right now? I have a writing journal, which I'm not super comfortable showing. But that's my daily driver. That's what I write in every single day. That's an Archer and Olive. I have a tea journal where I have samples of teas that I have done. I have a to-do list journal that I carry with me for things I need to do. And then I have, basically I have a junk journal is what we'll call it. And that is where I swatch my inks. I have pieces of washi tape that I put in there that I want to look at. I try different art things, like I tried watercolor. I tried different wax seals. And then I have a travel journal.
Nellie Faith says, "Oh my God, I love your watch, Donna. It's so pretty."
Oh, that's just an Apple Watch with a little. I like this little. This is a new band. I got it on Amazon, and I just wanted something. I was tired of all the colors on the band, so I just.
Jennifer Robinson asks, "Do you have a favorite pen?"
Yes, my favorite pen is upstairs. I didn't bring it down. It is a Conklin Endura. Here it is. Let me write it down. It is a Conklin. That's the brand name. It's an Endura. And it's an abalone shell pen. And I got it on gouletpens.com. And I do not see the difference between a $5,000 pen and this pen. Now, this pen to me, this is like an entry level fountain pen. This pen was like $32. This pen that I bought was like around $100.
Jagath Kieran says
Yeah.
or asks, do you love craft paper or normal paper better, and why?
I like craft paper. I like the way it scratches when you write on it. I don't know why I like it better, but I do. I don't know. I like the brown. I like the color on it. I'm not a big fan of like bright white paper. I don't need it for colors. It's great for swatching inks, though. I'll tell you that much. So I do swatch my inks on bright white paper, and I personally like to see how the colors look. Black paper is not my favorite. It is very hard to write in, and you have to have a certain kind of pen to write on. Like you'd have to use. I have the Uniball Signo pens, and I take Scott's old ones when they run out. But the white really is the best one on this kind of paper. Or the Moonlight Jelly Roll pens work really well on this.
Dead Lemon says, "Hey Donna, I have a perfect idea for poems and stories, but I can't write for the life of me. Do you have any tips? P.S. Love you two so much. For you're both such an inspiration for me creatively."
Well, why don't you think you can write? If you have ideas for poems and stories, just
write it.
Well, here's the thing. Start with this. Start with an idea list. Just like start like this is what I did when I was doing look, list of ideas, right? Okay? And I wrote down, and I'll show you guys. I decided that I was going to start some of these like mental health things, right? Journaling about mental health. Okay? So I did a note, and writing with a fountain pen against a very smooth piece of paper is calming. Putting pen to paper feels like bleeding out all of the bad things and the toxins and cleansing your soul. Working through things via writing has been therapeutic. These are just ideas. These are like bullet points. Make a list of ideas for yourself. And, I want to write, I have a poem about leaves. For me it would be tea leaves. But make a list of your ideas and then go back and see if you can flush them out. See if, once you get your ideas down, say you have 25 ideas. Then go back, give yourself a day, go back and then revisit it and see if maybe you feel inspired to write about one of those a little bit more. And then flip the page and just start writing about that. Give yourself cut yourself a little slack.
Heather Norton says, it's hard to put visuals and feelings in your head into words, but I know it takes practice.
It does. If you want to start journaling, and it's hard because sometimes you feel like you can't be honest because you're afraid that somebody might read what you're writing. I don't have to worry about that because Scott doesn't give, a crud about what I write in my journals, and he doesn't want to know what's coming out of my head onto the paper.
Just for reference, there's nothing that I don't know about Donna because she just says everything anyhow. So she's already telling me I don't need to read a journal. I'll hear about it at some point.
Yeah, I'm literally an open book. I'm like, hey, babe, blah, and I just tell him everything. So, that's a correct statement. That is a correct statement. So, So just make a list. Make a list. Look, free pen, stack of leftover paper. This does not have to be intimidating. None of this should be intimidating to anybody. None of it. Because you're doing this for you. You're doing this, I'm telling you what helps me. I'm telling you what I use. And I'm telling you that in my humble opinion, believe me, in my humble opinion.
Erica says, I wish I could stay, but I'm at work. Good morning and big hugs.
Oh, hugs, Erica. I think the routine for me is the best thing that's helped me. get a routine, get a practice. And I heard this
Move up just a
from,
little bit. Move it up just a little
move
bit.
it up just a little.
There you go.
I heard this from several people, bloggers that I follow, and people from books that I've read and things like that. And setting a routine. At first, I thought, God, setting a routine, that's going to be so anticlimactic for the day. And I'll tell you something. You get up in the morning and you know what you're going to do. And you go through that, and there's something very calming about making the tea and listening for Arwen to come back in and smelling the tea and emptying the dishwasher and then just giving myself 5 little minutes, right? Like this part here is 5 minutes. Okay? That's it. It's 5 minutes to sit somewhere. If it's raining and I don't want to sit on the deck, I go and I sit on the couch and I look outside. It's 5 minutes to sort of get my mind squared away about the day. That's it. It's just a little bit of time. And after dinner, I know everything's taken care of, right? The dishes are done. I had a nice dinner. Scott and I spent a little time together eating and talking and whatever else. And then I get to sit down and I get to enjoy my journal time just for me. This is me time. That's what I consider this. I consider this me time, and it's not negotiable. Like when my boys were here for Christmas and my mother-in-law was here for Christmas, that was not negotiable to me. That is my time. I get that time. Now, if the house is in chaos and there's a million people around, I take my journal and I go upstairs, and I don't sit at my desk because my desk is close by the kitchen where everybody likes to congregate. So I take my journal, I go up to my bedroom, I sit for 10, 15 minutes, and I write. Make it a nice thing for yourself. Make it something like you have your bottle of water, you have a cookie, you have, preferably a reusable bottle because the environment needs our help, have your dog next to you, or sit next to your fish tank, or, whatever makes you calm. Just everybody can make 5 minutes or 10 minutes for themselves. You don't have to come downstairs or go into your office or go somewhere and spend, like Scott will spend 90 minutes or 2 hours painting or something like that. You don't have to spend that much time doing that. You can spend 5 to 10 minutes and start a journal practice for yourself. You don't have to spend a lot of time to do it. And you don't have to spend any money either. Like I'm telling you, a pencil, a free pen, and leftover paper. This doesn't have to be hard for anybody. It doesn't. A leftover notebook from my kids. Paste a quote. Paste something in there for yourself. Give yourself motivation to write. If I was using this instead of using just a journal that I pasted in, I would paste this on the very tippy top page, right? I would put that front and center so that I could see every day that I was going to record my events of my life, and that's what I would do. And I want to know those things. I want to remember those things. But if you want to have more than one journal, like I said, I have more than one journal for different things that I use for different things. Do I use the tea journal all the time? Nope. Only when I have a new cup of tea or a new type of tea that I tried. Do I use my to-do list every single day of my life because I can't remember a darn thing because I'm 53? My junk journal, do I use that every day? Nope. My travel journal, do I use that every day? Nope. My writing journal, do I use that every day? Absolutely. Because that is my mental health journey. That is what I use it for. And you can do as much or as little as you want. You would start with, hey, I'm going to journal Wednesdays. Then I'm going to journal Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then I'm going to add another day. It just depends on what you want to do. And how you see the world and how you want to put things down on paper. It doesn't have to look like anybody else's, But I will tell you the things that have helped me the most is the morning routine and then the habit tracker, making sure I do all these things that I want to do. These are not things that Scott told me, oh, you have to do this every single day. These are things I want to do. This is for me. Nobody tells me what to do. I tell myself what to do.
I just realized that I did, just so they could see what.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I just checked it with nothing bad on here. But this is what I did during the pandemic. You can show it.
Yeah.
But Yeah, that I was realizing that it's got to go up a little bit,
Is that
up
better?
a little higher. Yeah, there you
A
go.
little higher. Okay.
So I'm not a journal. I don't do this. I don't. But that's the first time when the pandemic first happened.
Yeah.
That was the first time that I actually wrote every single day, and I did a painting every day.
Yeah.
And then I wrote every day.
You did. I
And
remember this now.
I just whatever was going on, and this is a lot of like. I rode bikes with Brendan for 5.5 miles. Logan fixed the lawnmower. It's just we went to the groceries.
Silly things.
But I can look back on this 3 years later.
Yeah.
And I could say, I get like a little. I even wrote in the bottom corner what we ate for dinner.
Yeah.
We had PF Chang's
and we watched The West Wing.
Because we just. But it's just like little bullet points, but that was for me artistically. I was painting something new every day, but it was a good way for me to just kind of chronicle us experiencing something that we'd never experienced before. We were on lockdown,
Quarantine day 80.
Yeah. So,
but you were still making art, and you were still able to do that. But you were able to write. What was going on in your life, and this is a Canson book. This wasn't even to be creative yet.
Like my handwriting is horrible.
Yeah, you have really bad handwriting.
I'm not writing anything eloquent. I'm not.
Nope.
I'm not doing anything of any note. It's just for me, just for my eyes.
Yep.
2 Real Geeks is here.
Who is here?
2 Real Geeks.
Oh, hey, Danny.
Hey, how are you guys?
How you doing?
But yeah, so just so you're looking at Donna's beautiful handwriting and the things. Whatever. Just understand that
you're sweet to me.
If I could do that, anybody can, and it's just you're just kind of keeping a journal of stuff that's going on. And if that turns into poetry, if it turns into a story, if it turns into something, more. It
doesn't have to turn into more.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be. You're writing for yourself. You're doing this for yourself. And if you want to write poems or you want to write stories or you want to do whatever, write a list down. Start with just a list. Start with look, today it was sunny and I feel happy. Or start with, hey, I'm at the park and the leaves are falling. But you could even paste a leaf into your journal. You don't have to draw a leaf.
Yeah.
Paste a leaf into your journal.
And they add up. The thing is that it turns if you write what's going on each day, it turns into kind of a snapshot of your
life.
Week, your month, your year, your decade. And I think that's really good.
Yeah. And you can just paste stuff in. I'll tell you something. You want to hear? Okay, this is funny. Here, I'll show you this. This is a funny. Let me find this picture because it was comical. So, all right. So I went out to coffee, and look how cute this is. They put a little heart on the top of my coffee cup.
Is that a heart?
It's a little heart.
I thought it was butt cheeks.
No, it's a little heart. Of course, you would think it's butt cheeks. Good grief. But it's little things like that you want to remember little fun things like that, or like you guys want to give me a good laugh. Like, I don't think you can see Scott's smile on this one, but going to the zoo, I would print this out and put this in my journal and go, today we went to the zoo and we met Andre the Tamandua. And I did. I printed this out and I pasted it in and I was excited about that. Do I need to print out a picture? No. Did I want to? Yes. I have a picture at one point of, I have a little, like the little things that the tea bags come in. I had a horrible cup of tea today and this was the horrible cup of tea. And I pasted it in my journal because it was so bad. I was like, this is the worst tea I've ever had in my life. And I pasted it in and I wrote, this was horrible. I mean, it tasted like dishwater. It was gross, but this is for you. Whatever this is for you. And it helps to get it out of your head and onto the paper. It helps. And you don't have to be artistic. I mean, look at this, for crying out loud. Really? Am I artistic? No. But, I mean, but it is what it is and I remember it. I'll remember the days, I'll remember the things that I did.
C Stars asks, Donna, I keep designating too many new journals to specific topics. Would you recommend using just one journal for everything?
If you're writing, yes. Just write one thing in a journal. And you know what? If you have an idea that you want to remember, take a Post-it and stick it right there. Look, here's an idea that I want to remember. I want to remember that I need to do this travel journal. Stick a Post-it on the side of your journal. Right? You could even write on here, look, travel journal ideas, right? Voila. Sometimes if you have too many things, it gets overwhelming, which is why I write in this book every day, and everything else is the to-do list journal is just literally what it says. It's a book that I have that I write all my to-dos in, and I cross them off, and I take it with me to the grocery store, to the thing. And if I have something that if I know I'm going to forget to do something, I want to just jot it down real quick, or notes or whatever when I'm out somewhere. That's what I use this for. But I use one writing journal for everything. And if there's something I want to remember or an idea I want to remember, I put a Post-it in it. I swear by Post-its. I cannot live without Post-its, page tabs, something like that. Just stick a Post-it in it. They're, you can get Post-its free from people, and stuff. It's not.
They're not free, by the way. She just steals them from people.
Like you.
Yeah, those are my Post-its.
But you have all the nice colors.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
She just thinks that they're magical.
They magically
pop
appear
up everywhere.
They magically
look,
appear.
More Post-its for me.
More Post-its. Yay!
All right, it is past 10:30.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Did I go? I went past 10:30.
Oh, you flew past 10:30.
Okay, sorry about that. Wow. Okay then. All right. Well, I hope this was helpful, and I know you guys were expecting art today, but Scott just couldn't get his act together. So surprise! Monday Madness. We're gonna call it Monday Madness. And if you have any questions, I'm gonna post this on my my channel. Ask questions on my channel.
Connor, just know we all wish we could have a more organized life. It's just something that you just practice. You
got to try hard for that.
Do you know what changed everything for me was getting the Hobbit hole?
Yeah.
Because before that, my office was just a mess.
God, piles.
It was just
he had piles
of
everywhere.
Everything.
Piles everywhere.
But now I had a really nice Hobbit hole. I couldn't leave everything in. I still gets messy from time to time, but it's
no, it doesn't. It gets messy every time.
Then I got the drawers, and I put everything in it, and it's just start to just with one little thing, like get a nice organizer or something like that, and then it goes from there. But
look at this, guys. I'm telling you, there's no excuse to not journal. This is leftover paper with a binder clip on it and a pencil.
Yep.
Okay, or a pen that was free. There is no excuse. Everybody has. You could use an envelope that you got in the mail and write on the back of that. It does not matter what you write on. You could just have a stash of loose papers in a shoebox, and that's your journal. It does not have to be an expensive notebook. It doesn't have to be anything hard. If you want to start a journal practice, just do it. Grab a pencil and whatever's close by for paper.
All right.
That's it. Thanks for putting up with me today.
Thanks to the mods, and thank you, Blake,
our mods were here.
Santa,
thanks, mods. Love you.
Danny and everybody who
thanks,
came by.
Blake. Thanks, everybody.
We love you all. And, and thanks. Donna offered to do this. I was like, I don't know who to draw. It's music money. I don't know what to do. Donna goes, I'll save the day. So she just kind of threw this together.
You looked bereft. You were I don't know what to do. So anyway, here it is.
Thank you. And we will see you on Wednesday.
We will. For Watercolor Wednesday. I promise he will draw on Wednesday.